gin. Oh, what you wanna do? Come mix it up with the stew. So tell me what you wanna do. Come mix it up with the stew. Yeah, come mix it up with the stew.
Welcome. This is The Stew. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. Boy, have we got a really exciting show for you today because we are talking about entertainment, things that we'd like to do for adventure, and we're also going to show you a clip of something that we did during the summer for adventure. So that is going to be amazing. But ladies, we live in a tropical climate. This is the good thing about our environment. We have the blessing of being able to engage in water sports, for example, pretty much all year round. So that's our Stew and the Go coming up later on in the show. But what are some of the things that you do for adventure in the country, if at all?
Man, I'm always on the family islands.
Yeah.
Listen, I always love to just jump in somebody's boat. Let's go.
Which set of islands are your favorite?
Should I even mention the Exuma Keys?
I knew you were going to say that. I think Exuma is everybody's favorite.
The Abacos.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And guess what? San Salvador.
I've never been to
It's
San
San
Salvador.
Salvador pink. I bet you don't even know San Salvador have pink sands as well.
As well? Yeah, no.
And wild horses. It
Nice.
is gorgeous in San Salvador. You guys got to go.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Vacation in the Bahamas. It's where
Truly.
we live.
What about you, Janae?
Every day is an adventure for me. I mean, there's not a day that I'm not out eating something interesting at
cool.
one of our many restaurants on the island.
Yeah.
Hitting up Rose Island, for example, which is just a quick trip, you know, on a boat there. What else can I say?
Have either of you taken advantage of the Clifton Heritage National Park since that came about?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Tranquil.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Very
It's an
nice.
interesting experience,
Yeah.
but definitely one you gotta check out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I came across some other adventures the other day. I don't know if either of you have tried snorkeling or shark diving with Stuart Coves. Like, we've got a lot of hidden gems right here in the Bahamas. We've got the National Art Gallery, the Pompey Museum.
Yeah, definitely.
The Bahamas Historical Society Museum, of course, the Dolphin
The Junkanoo
Key.
Museum. There's a Junkanoo Museum too, right? Yes.
Well, it was in the making, but it's not.
But
We're
there
getting back
was
there, I
a spot
understand.
at
Yeah.
some point
It's
where
festival
pieces, were being
Okay.
showcased. So I guess that's more or less the...
I mean, it's still an adventure.
It is.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. There are things you can do.
it's
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
something to do.
Well, I
Yeah.
still like the industrial gardens.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
When you want to be a flamingo. So after this, we've got more Stew. We've got Sea Spray Tours here to tell us about some innovative adventures that you can have right here on our own island. So we'll be right back.
Welcome back to The Stew. Now, we're continuing our conversation about awesome things that you can do for adventure, especially here in the Bahamas. And this past summer, we had the opportunity to do a little airboat ride with Sea Spray Tours. We're going to show you that video in just a minute. But before we do, we want to talk with the owner and proprietor right now on our Stew couch. Please welcome Algernon Newton. Hello there. So Algernon, a very unique experience, an airboat as opposed to, you know, say a party boat or a power boat. When was Sea Spray Tours first launched?
It's been a 4-year ride, to be honest. It's like from 2014 thereabout, late 2013. We conceived the idea for an airboat tour here in South Bahamas.
Okay.
What sparked this idea?
It was a combination of several things. I had to write a paper on an accident, which is an unfortunate start, really, that happened on Lake Kalani a few years back, and it really dealt with how do you answer or approach tragedies of that sort in low-lying waters, inland or coastal, and an airboat was my response. It wasn't until about, I'd say, 6 months to 8 months later, just being in the tourism industry before my current profession, that I realized there is no real diversity beyond, or innovations beyond what would have happened already. You have your jet skis and your parasailing and your banana boats, but what's really happening that's really grabbing the tourists to say, stay here or continue to come to the Bahamas? And I figured innovation was what we really needed, you know.
Yeah, that's super awesome. We talk about going into the Exuma Keys. You know, I love the Exuma Keys.
Yeah.
And that's, the boat is brilliant because there's so many little sandbanks and so many keys. So are you guys in Exuma?
No, it's a popular request. You know, with the swimming pigs being a surge in the past year or so. And but we're not in the Keys as yet. It is one of the destinations that we would like to get an airboat there so that we can really exploit those sandbanks, those creeks, and some of those waterways. And so we're looking at for future expansions. That will be one of the areas we'll go to.
And speaking of, because that was my very next question to you, what about expanding outside of the Bahamas? You see any possibility for that in the future?
Well, for most Bahamians that would see the boat, and the first thing they say is, I've never seen one in person before.
Right. It's true.
And secondly is, why isn't this in Andros? You know? And my answer is our market, which is still here, stationed in Nassau. Andros is where I'm from, and it's where I would like to take it. There's an expansion of keys, creeks. You have even of small rivers that are in Andros that will work well with it. And you have a lot of swampland as well. So we're looking at going Andros for our next stop. And also we've had requests to go Bimini. So these are in the works.
So for now, just staying within the archipelago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
fair enough.
good. Sounds good.
So you sound like an innovator, somebody that, you know, just kind of thinks outside of the box. Tell us about the tour itself. Is it something, what can a person look forward to when they're in the tour?
What we seek to really solidify with our tour is more or less an excellence in service. We're doing what is has been an age-old pastime for Bahamians for years, which is basically snorkeling. You're viewing or you know, exploring coastline reefs and or the beach areas. And so our tour basically is a 2.5-hour fully inclusive snorkel tour. We start with a sightseeing ride, either along the eastern or western coast of Nassau, right outside the harbor itself. And we have a few popular reef spots that we go to that's very lively, and you have different things you can see. Either it's just a reef, you have wrecks, that kind of stuff. Afterwards, we have a small spritzer where we stop at a private beach. Stopping at the private beach allows us to get to know our guests and allow them to get to know us a bit more. And that's been a key thing for us, is that our guests really have that, it's a human touch, you know? And that's one of the things that, in contrast, we can really exploit. That's different from most of the other tours where you have 50, 100 persons on a boat. You don't get to know anybody. You know?
Well, I can definitely attest to it because the Stew had that wonderful opportunity, as I mentioned, to take part. And guess what? Coming up after the break, we are going to show you that video. So don't you go anywhere. You're watching The Stew. We'll see you after this.
This design tip is brought to you by Sherwin-Williams.
We're back with the stew, and of course, as we've been talking about adventure and wonderful, amazing things to do right here in our own backyard. So you saw we had a chance to speak with Algernon Newton, and now we're going to get an opportunity to watch the video where ILTV Studios had the chance to embark on the adventure that is Sea Spray Tours. Here we go. Hey, it's Les.
And it's Anika.
And you're watching The Stew, and we're here with
Sea Spray
Tours.
Hey guys, you're watching Stew on the Go, and I'm here with Tanya, marketing professional here at Sea Spray Tours. I'm so excited. Are you excited?
I'm excited, super excited.
Now listen, what's like your favorite thing about this tour, Tanya?
Favorite thing, snorkel tour, the airboat ride, the waves, the water, sun.
So that's everything. That's literally everything. What's the response been like since the launch of the company?
You know, it's been phenomenal. We've gotten a lot of support from the general public, even our international guests, a lot of cruise ship guests, but we are happy that we've gotten a response from the general public.
Now, I've also seen that it is the first and only sea spray boat in the Bahamas. Talk a little bit more, in Nassau, Bahamas. So talk a little bit more about that for me.
We're happy that we launched. We saw a need for it. We saw the niche. And we wanted to do something different because there are a lot of tours, to be honest, in the Bahamas, in Nassau in particular. And so we just wanted to offer something different, something that would be engaging, something for kids. You know, it's the summer, so that means people have tons of time. They need opportunities to do things with their kids. So, you know, we're just very excited to launch this.
Amazing. So it's great for adults and kids.
Yes, we cater to kids over the age of 5 years old.
All right, sounds fantastic. I'm excited. I'm about to go get my life jacket. We brought a crew with us. We'll see you guys on the water.
It's Les with The Stew, and we are continuing with an absolutely phenomenal experience. I'm here with Algernon Newton. He is the president of Sea Spray Tours, this amazing airboat that I just had an opportunity to enjoy. An amazing trip around the harbor of New Providence, western side, Cable Beach side, Paradise Island side. But let me tell you, this is definitely up there for me in terms of best Bahamian experiences ever. I thought I knew what an airboat was because I'd only ever seen it on TV, right? In like the Everglades. But people, this, do you see all of that? There is nothing that compares. Algernon, first of all, why an airboat?
This is the first thing that came to my mind when I thought of, listen, we've had a tourism industry here for quite some time. Innovation goes within decades. And so I'm like, let's see what we can do to kind of spruce it up. All of the other tourism territories in the Caribbean kind of embrace innovation. We're kind of behind the wave when it comes to it. So I said, let's see what an airboat can do. And when I approached the manufacturers in Florida, they were like, where do you want to take it? I said, to the reefs. They said, airboats don't go on the reefs. And so they fully customized this boat for the Bahamas. There's none like it. There's a one-off. And so airboats has been a smash hit so far with Sea Spray in Nassau, and everybody's loving it.
We had way too much fun on the Sea Spray Tour, Algernon. Thank you so much.
It was my pleasure. It indeed was my pleasure to have all of you here with us today.
Listen, your team is absolutely amazing. You picked the right kind of people to be with you.
Man, it was a blessing just to have all these guys along full time, and as well as have them a part of the team. They both are an integral part of what we offer.
Super. Leslie, did you enjoy the tour as much as I did?
Listen, I have no words. I'm still dancing. Can you not see? Like, turn it up. What?
right, so Angela, what can we expect from Sea Spray Tours? We know the kids can come out. We know the family can come out. But again, it was tons of fun. What can we expect in the years to come and the months to come from Sea Spray Tours?
A whole lot of sun, a whole lot of sand, a whole lot of spray. But what we're offering really, we want to show you the Bahamas the way you've never seen it before. In places you've probably never been before or know you could have gone.
You know what? You guys got to get to Exuma. Can you imagine those crystal clear, shallow areas? I mean,
pretty water.
Yes, it's just amazing in Exuma. See,
that's our next stop. That's our next stop.
That's what's up. All right, guys, you've been watching The Stew on the Go. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Thank you so much, Sea Spray Tours team. Listen, we had a blast. I can't wait to do it again. Wink, wink. You're watching The Stew. We've got a quick break. We'll see you on the other side of this.
Welcome back to The Stew. So we're continuing our conversation with Sea Spray Tours, and I've actually got more team members here to tell us about their experience. Guys, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Delano. I'm the captain for Sea Spray Tours.
Hi, my name is Calvin, and I'm first mate.
Awesome. So we've got Cap and First Mate here. Tell us, how long have you actually been with Sea Spray Tours?
I've been with Sea Spray Tours from the start. Like Aljan was saying, he came up with the idea like in 2013, 2014. And he came to me with the idea, and he's like, I wanted to start this airbag company. And I was like, I was on board from the beginning. So.
Nice. Yes. Awesome. And Kelvin?
Well, I was on board. I came along late, so I started like in May.
Okay. Nice. So we got kind of a veteran here and a newbie. That's awesome. So how has the experience actually been? What about the people you've met so far? How has the journey been?
I mean, for me, the best part of the tour is the people, like you said. That's what makes my day go by faster. Meeting new people, getting really to know them, and
sharing that experience.
That's right. So any crazy people yet?
You said some crazy
Any crazy
things,
stories?
Some crazy things would have happened. Some stuff not necessary for TV.
Come on, share some stories. Share some stories. I mean, we can bleep whatever out.
We've had some interesting people with us so far. We've had a sitting congressman so far has came by with his family, and we had a very interesting crew that came down. Was celebrating, I think it was a birthday, and then we have, I think, our most rewarding experiences would have been like we had two couples so far that have proposed. One at our private beach, and then we had another couple that proposed on the boat itself. Nice. Some of this stuff is on our social media, but those would be some of my most memorable and rewarding experiences. You know?
Nice, nice. So, Calvin, you've been here since May. No crazy stories?
Well, we had some wild ones, but everything, we kept it in order, and everything was perfect for them.
Oh, that's awesome. I personally do Airbnb myself, so I see guests come in and out, and they're always kind of asking what to do, and I'm always, you know, there's the usual stuff.
We're that new thing. We're that thing that I would say if you're going to suggest something, put us on that list. For the most part, even guests that would have been, we have returning tours that come and visit the Bahamas every summer. It's almost, it's a tradition. It's something that they do with their families. We even had a 65-year-old lady that she's been visiting from, she said, from the 70s. Yeah. And she said she's never had the experience or seen the Bahamas the way we've presented it. And like I started to state earlier, the thing is we're not introducing something new in terms of a product, but it's the value and service of excellence, and it really is that human touch. Each of these guys right here have their own way that they interact and communicate with the guests. Calvin, you can't get Calvin out of the water. First man in, last man out is really how we operate. And some of our guests, like I said, they've been visiting from in the 70s and never touched or seen a conch shell. Never got up close and personal really with a crawfish. And yes, you can find these things around now, so you just got to know where to look. And so they've honed and developed those skills, and it shows later on in the experience for our guests.
That's awesome. So guys, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, you know, during the winter season, because, you know, we don't really have a winter season,
Nope.
definitely Sea Spray Tours is something to check out, something new, something fresh. And it's always refreshing to be with entrepreneurs that want to see new and exciting things for their own country. So we're so happy that you came and spoke to us today about that experience. So thank you so much, guys. So tell us, before we wrap up, how can we find Sea Spray Tours anywhere?
Well, Sea Spray Tours is the easiest thing you can do is hit us up on our social media handles, either Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, at Sea Spray Tours, that's SEASPRAYTOURS, or call direct 242-552-2979. And you can speak directly with one of the Sea Spray team members, and we'd be more than happy to accommodate personal tours or groups.
Awesome. So, and you also know how to find the Stew ladies and the Stew. As always, check us out on Instagram, on YouTube, when you miss a couple of episodes. And we also have a website, iltvstudios.com. It's been so great having you here watching the Stew. Please don't miss us next time. We'll be back soon.